In addition to the previous two questions, we also have three Diyookim that the SICHAH will attempt to address. The phrase Zichron Truah appears to be a combination of two words, both of which are nouns, as reflected in two of the three translations referred to earlier. Kaplan renders the phrase Zichron Truah as a remembrance and sounding, Hurt, a memorial proclamation, with the blast from the horns. From a purist perspective, however, these two translations are not technically accurate. Had the voweling been zikaron, then we could treat the two words as two independent noun entities. One, a zikaron, two, a truah. Zikaron, as in Bamidbar 17:5, whereby the conversion of the 250 firepan was to be a zikaron, a permanent reminder to the nation. In reality, the voweling is zichron truah. The inclusion of the shva combines the two nouns into a single entity. Accordingly, we would have zichron, a recitation of truah, pasukim dealing with the shofar. Rashi appears to treat the phrase Zichron Truah as two separate entities, Pesuke Zichronot Upsuke Shofrot. Question 3. On what basis does Rashi ignore the grammatical aspect of Zichron Truah as a single entity, opting instead for the phrase Zichron Truah referring to two separate entities? The remaining two Diyookim are more of a technical nature. One of the assumptions that the Rebbe makes regarding Pirush Rashi is that he does not include superfluous information. It would seem that the word Zichron is superfluous. What Rashi could have done, following the heading, was to have simply stated Psuke Zichronot or Psuke Shofrot, which would be understood to be a definition for Zichron Truah. Hence, one can argue that the inclusion of the word Zichron is unnecessary, in that it adds nothing to the commentary. Conversely, if for some reason the heading Zichron was required, then Rashi should have done exactly the same for the requirement to recite Psuke Shofrot, introduced it as he does with Psuke Zichronot with its textual source, Truah. And thirdly, another of the rules that the Rebbe has applied to the commentary of Rashi is that he does not provide reasons for statements or commandments recorded in the text, unless there is a justification to do so resulting from a textual anomaly from the standpoint of Pshuto Shel Mikra. In the concluding segment of this commentary, Rashi draws from the Gemara Rosh Hashanah, Daf Tet Zayin, in which he seems to provide a reason for the Zichron Truah, namely, Lizkar Lachem Akedat Yitzchak, to recall the Akedah of Yitzchak, Shekarav Tachtav Ayel, that in his stead a ram was offered. At face value, this is a reason for Zichron Truah, and as such is in direct conflict with the rules under which Rashi has written his commentary to the text.